Hey everybody, how you doing? This is the Flat Earth Reviewer back with a new hot take on Captain Marvel. And I actually got here with me today a good old friend of mine from my hometown. His name is Ryan. Ryan, say hi to the people.
Hey guys.
So Ryan and I, we have different tastes to see the least. Honestly, I don't think I would have seen Captain Marvel if it weren't for Ryan. He's just in town right now. He said, let's get out and do something. And we ended up seeing this movie. And I'm just not a Marvel guy. I hate to say it, Ryan. I just can't do it.
Yeah. You are probably in the 1% of the population that isn't. But
Well, when am I not in the 1% of the population on any given issue, really?
Yeah, that's true.
Ryan is familiar with what I do on Instagram and on YouTube, and we've kind of made peace about it. It's not really something that divides us as much as it did, I think, at one point in time. But we're not above a little gentle ribbing occasionally.
Oh,
and
of course not.
And I just wanted to kind of get into it a little bit on Captain Marvel. And look, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this movie. I think it's a little played out already, the whole, it's about empowerment or whatever. I don't really want to talk about all of that stuff because everybody's got a take on that. I want to get into what I always get into with these kinds of movies, and that is the science behind it.
Science, right.
And on our way back from the theater, Ryan and I were talking about it a little bit. And look, I personally believe that this movie is just essentially more NASA propaganda. And here's, okay, you laugh again, but
my. Here we go again.
The U.S. Air Force is in joint operation. In this movie, they're in joint operation with who? With NASA. And our heroine, our intrepid heroine, is this, pilot turned, semi-astronaut. And we're kind of bolstering up the image of NASA with this thing. Like, they're on the cutting edge of technology. They're going to save not only this planet, but, all these planets with their new technology they're getting from this energy source. I'll probably get into a little spoilers here just so you're aware. We probably won't spoil too much of it, but there may be a couple things here or there.
There might be a couple things, so spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Go see it quick.
Well,
then listen to the rest.
Maybe not go see it quick.
I say go see it because it was good. If you like movies like this, it's time to buy a ticket. It was an awesome movie.
There's actually a joke in it about a guy being objectively handsome. I would say this movie is objectively, competently made, but I just can't get behind this message of this, this intergalactic conflict coming to Earth, and our hero is this NASA prototype pilot, I guess. It doesn't work for me on the level of they're pushing this narrative forward to us. And of course, throughout the whole movie, you see a CGI globe Earth spinning around while Captain Marvel flies around it and stuff. And I genuinely think that they borrowed that CGI asset from NASA to film this movie. I know they've got plenty of those.
NASA does.
Yeah, NASA. Well, I mean, any image you've ever seen of the Earth is not real. It's always CGI. Okay. It's a composite. They say it's a composite of all these other images, but that's just essentially a euphemism for it's photoshopped, it's CGI. It's not real. And that's what we see in the movie. We see a globe that she's supposedly protecting, and this globe is not real.
That's a very interesting point. But I've heard a lot of your other ideas, but what you're saying is that you think that NASA has a full blown Marvel level CGI group where they are always making all these fake videos, or.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can tell there are people paid to do this. There are CGI artists working at NASA to create these images. I mean, you look at Google Earth, for example, or Google Maps, or whatever it's called, the service where you can pull out all the way and see this globe.
Right.
That's not a real globe. They look real. I mean, the globe in Captain Marvel, it actually looked pretty good. I thought, that's a nice render of this CGI image. It looks good. I mean, the big purple
Thanos?
Thanos, yeah, Thanos. Yeah. I saw the last Avengers.
Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War. He like
Great
that
movie. Also, go see that.
Look. I saw Thanos in that. I thought, that as far as like clearly he's an alien. I thought that's a good looking alien that looks real, but that doesn't mean that Thanos is a real person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, you can still kind of tell when something's real or something's fake, in
What-
my opinion.
Do you
I
think
don't
these images of the globe are real?
Of course they're real. Listen, there's a very clear difference between a video and a CGI image of something. Like, I'll be honest, Captain Marvel was a great movie, but there's some times in it where you can tell the CGI. Like, it's just CGI. You can tell it's CGI. Those are way different than some of the images that you see. Or I don't know what the heck you're talking about. You think that NASA has better CGI than freaking Marvel Studios does in Infinity War IMAX, but man, I don't even know. I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous.
Okay, look, we've talked about this a lot before in the past, and you know where I stand on this, but I actually wanted to kind of change it up a little bit and talk more this week, a little bit more about aliens and this concept of
All right.
alien invasion. And look, this is actually something I think we can both agree on. I'm not really all the way there on this idea of aliens. I definitely don't deny the possibility that we are not alone,
Yeah.
but I don't think that is necessarily manifesting in the way that it does in this movie, where they have these green-skinned aliens. They're being laid out on these slabs and dissected and autopsied and stuff like that.
Right. I mean, you got to have some reality and some fiction. That's what makes a good story, right?
Well, yeah, it's got to be a blend. And my concern is always, of course, that the fiction is being blended too much with the reality to a point where
That's a fair point.
sometimes you can't really tell the difference, like the whole CGI globe thing. But back to the aliens for a second. With the aliens in this movie, what I thought was interesting is this is kind of a conspiratorial thing. This is what a lot of people talk about. It's like this alien crash happened in the 80s or whenever it was. And
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Okay, this alien crash happened in the 80s, and the government has been covering it up ever since. And and now in the 90s, you have these aliens returning to Earth, and they're infiltrating society. And I saw it as a pretty direct homage to the reptilian race. I don't know if you're familiar with the theories surrounding them, but
I'm not. Please refresh me.
they're essentially lizard people that disguise themselves as human beings. And I think there's even there's a line or something where they refer to these Skrulls, these aliens, as lizard men or something like that. And it was, in my opinion, a not so subtle jab at the reptilian believer community, which, again,
I did not notice that in the movie. I
thought it was right there. It seemed apparent to me. Again, I'm not necessarily saying, oh yeah, I totally believe in reptilians, bro. Like, these shape-shifting aliens are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was an interesting addition that this, I guess it's almost a staple of the conspiracy community in some places, appeared in this movie. Ultimately, though, I think that the plot was pretty reminiscent of They Live in some ways, which is one of my favorite movies ever.
Favorite, right, yeah.
I don't think you've seen it.
No, I haven't, but
Okay.
I hear you talk about it all the time.
So if you want to see a good movie about an alien invasion, check out They Live. I think it's better than Captain
Infinity
Marvel.
War.
Nah, look, we got a Disney shill in here.
Well,
Wanted to bring him on to get a different perspective, but
yep, that's what you're gonna get.
I'm just kidding, man. I love you, Ryan. I'm glad you were able to come in and help me out today.
I'm happy to be here. Also, let's talk a little bit about. Can we talk a little bit about the Oscars?
Oh yeah, sure. What do you want to talk about?
Well, as you would know, didn't First Man win the best was it best CGI or something like that?
Oh, best special effect.
Best special effects. Yeah, Infinity War was up for that as well as.
Oh, was it? I really don't
these-
follow movies very much.
Oh,
but
you
other
don't?
than for this, I'll watch him and I'll try to get in. I'll research a little bit and see what I can learn. But
Right.
that is funny that, I mean, like I said, NASA's got some good CGI assets that they loan out to Hollywood.
See, this is what I think. everyone knows that Marvel is the best at keeping things secret. Like, still to this day, I'm reading stuff on the internet every day about Endgame, and I don't know what the heck is going to happen, even though I want to, right?
Endgame is the next
Avengers movie.
Avengers. Okay.
Yeah,
Endgame
yeah.
is the next Avengers movie.
Sorry for those of you who don't know.
Next month, right?
It's in April, yeah. At the end
April.
of April.
Okay.
So,
You gonna be in town?
Of course I'm going to be in town, yeah.
Man.
Let's go see it.
We
Yeah.
gotta get one for me though. One in for me before then.
Whatever.
Maybe like a documentary or something. We'll see. But
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, sorry,
YouTube
continue with your-
documentaries.
with your train of thought.
Marvel is so good at hiding these secrets. You know, like everyone wants to know what happens, but no one I don't know exactly what happens, but it's like these guys aren't even telling their spouses or anything. Like no one knows what the heck is going to happen. But if NASA was really so willing to give out their CGI to everybody, I mean, maybe they could keep it under wraps with just this group, but there's no way if they're giving it out to all these different studios that they're all going to keep that crap under wraps. There's no way that this footage is coming from NASA. There's just no way.
I don't know, man. I mean, you
Nah,
just said yourself that they're really good at keeping these secrets.
Yeah, but First Man was not made by Marvel Studios or Disney or any of that.
Well,
so.
it's all, in my mind, it's all largely the same. I mean, this is just, there's like, 3 or 4 studios that run everything in Hollywood. And I'm sure there's a lot of sharing going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
So, okay, so you think that there's a larger conspiracy within all of Hollywood that has to do with this?
Look, I'm not saying it's every single person in Hollywood. I've talked about this a little bit before about how much actors might know or might not know. But
Right.
look at the producers. You know, there's not that many huge, big-name producers out there. And the ones that are out there have done some shady things in the past for the most part. I mean, you can just look at the records for that information. There's plenty of stuff out there that's
There's shady people everywhere.
well, yeah, that's true. There's shady people definitely at every level of business, but I just think that Hollywood is breeding these people more and giving them more power.
You know, that's interesting because I would probably think it's not like that at all. I mean, you see Hollywood expanding, trying to bring in new points of view, and, you know, I really think this is just something that if people knew about a giant conspiracy theory that they would speak up about it. You know, all these Hollywood people with all, you know, that just seems like something they wouldn't be okay with, you know? Am I wrong on that? I just have a hard time believing all these people are trying to keep this secret from us. I don't know.
You know, I'll give you a little piece of wisdom here.
Okay, yeah.
When money talks, people don't.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, there's plenty of people out there willing
I wouldn't know about that, so.
They're willing to, well, yeah, I'm not paying you for this.
No, not at all.
He's doing a favor for a friend. He's a great guy.
Yeah, you know.
I just really wanted a different perspective in here because this is also what I do on Instagram. I'm trying to facilitate a conversation. You know, it's not just about pushing my view of things out there. I want to bring people in.
What's the name of this thing called again?
Oh, you're trying to make me trying to make me promote myself on here, are you? Okay.
I mean,
I'll do it if you're gonna force my hand.
I know. I'm just trying to remember what the name of this thing is that we're doing.
It's so my Instagram account is @FlatEarthTraveler. This is the YouTube channel Flat Earth Reviewer.
Well, it sounds like you're promoting it. I don't know.
Wow.
But
this is how it happens. This is how it happens, people.
All right. I can guarantee you that I have not been paid at all for this. So
he is not being paid at all. He is selflessly deciding to sacrifice a part of his Saturday to come join me for this.
Yeah, and honestly, I could be doing better things right now. But honestly, people, I just want to remind everyone that Avengers Endgame is coming out next month, and this is going to be so lit. I mean, I don't care what you say about this flat Earth crap, whatever this that. We can mix around. Obviously, there's a mix of reality and a mix of things that are what we would say fiction. But come on, people. Like, the world is round. I mean, come on.
How much is Disney paying you to say that?
Oh, my gosh. How much do I have to tell you? You see what car I drove when I came up today?
Yeah, I rode in it.
Yeah, I am not getting paid from anyone to say this. It is common sense. I mean, just look it up, people. I mean,
All right. Now, some of you may think this wasn't super productive, but I feel like we kind of, we do this from time to time. We have these conversations, and this is just one that we wanted to record. We can keep it civil. I guess that's what the real
That's true.
objective is here, is to demonstrate to everybody out there that you can keep it civil. We joke with each other. We yank each other's chains a little bit, but
Yank the chain.
at the end of the day, it's keep it civil, be open to discourse, to discussion. I don't know that we really changed our mind, each other's minds on anything here, but I think it's important that this happened.
Right.
Thank you for taking me to see this movie. I'll thank you for that. Thank you for spending time with me. You're a good friend. Not a huge fan of the movie. Personally, I'd rate it probably a 1 out of 10.
No.
Which is usually what I give
10 out of 10. Well, maybe 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Okay, so not perfect, obviously. Not perfect.
It was very good though.
I'm going a little lower just because of the whole NASA.
No.
It just
I mean,
didn't work for me.
okay, Flat Earth aside, it was good. It got emotion. It's got
Objectively, like I said before,
exactly
like
good acting.
like the joke in the movie.
It's
Objectively,
funny.
it's competently made. It looks pretty.
Exactly.
A lot of color.
Looks good. The colors are great.
I'm pretty impressed with how they can de-age people. Samuel L.
Oh my
Jackson
gosh,
looked
that was
good.
amazing.
That's actually
I was
kind
so
of
confused
freaky.
how they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he look real to you?
totally. I was like,
So you're telling me the CGI?
okay, that's not that is not CGI. That is makeup.
Oh, it's
There's-
CGI.
Have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody? Same thing. That's
I
makeup.
haven't
That's
seen
not that's not CGI.
I haven't
They do have
seen it.
CGI at the end of the movie, and you can tell because it's kind of crappy. That is not CGI. That is makeup.
If you want me to see Bohemian Rhapsody and talk about it, I'm more than willing. Just let me know. George isn't with us today, unfortunately. I know it's
No.
been a while since I've been on here, and George is a little more willing to side with me usually, but it was fun to get a different perspective in the booth today.
And I think it's good that the listeners hear this as well. People don't not see these amazing movies because you're afraid of what the shape of the Earth is that they're protecting, or whatever you call Earth. I don't know. Flat Earth, yeah, it's still Earth. It's an awesome movie. It's awesome. It's made by a lot of people. You guys got to go see this movie. Captain Marvel. It's awesome. Yes, she can fly. Oh, spoiler alert. Well, not really. You've seen it in the commercials. She can fly around the world.
Shoots lasers.
Lasers from her hands. I mean, this is awesome. But, guys, go see the movie. It's awesome. Yes, there are worlds in this movie, and all of them are circular.
Globular is the...
Whatever. That's yeah. But people just, look it up. Just make sure you get all the information you have before you... I know my friend here has made a decision that the Earth is flat, but I definitely disagree with that, and I would just say, just look it up, people. Make the decision for yourself to read about it. So
I'm always a fan of research.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
Thanks for coming out, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was good to have this talk, and good seeing you again too.
Yeah, it was good to see you again too, man.
Yeah.
I hope we can do this again.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much.